We've got to look back to what our grandmothers did. So that when we get a cold, we actually go to bed. We take lemon water. We put our feet in hot water with a spoonful of mustard. You know all those old remedies? On Wednesday night, I'll show you some of the old remedies. I raised 8 children without antibiotics, and they're all still alive. My son's 40 in February, and he's never had an antibiotic. Do you know, he might get through his whole life never having them. That's what it should be. Most people should go through their life never having them. And what's the old saying? A stitch in time saves 9. Nip it in the bud. If someone gets a sore foot, put a poultice on it. Do some hot and colds, and then it'll go away. But people don't know what to do, so the foot gets sorer, and then the line goes up the leg, and then the foot blows up, and oh, quick, we need it. Can you see that? And then the person's told, if you'd taken antibiotics earlier, it wouldn't have got to this. Actually, if you'd done hot and colds and grated potato, it wouldn't have got to that. Can you see that? Many are sick through education. That's why I believe the only hope of better things on planet Earth is the education of people in the right principles. That's from a little book called Ministry of Healing, and I think they have it in the store, yeah? Excellent book on healing in the human body. To date, they have tested 1.5 million different yeasts, molds and funguses, and 1,000 of those are known to cause disease in mankind. And every mold can have 2 or 3 different mold wastes, and different mold wastes affect different body parts. Now, there's a book, I think it's in the library here, called China Study. And Dr. Colin Campbell was asked to go to the Philippines, where children were dying of liver cancer between 8 and 10 years of age. And he found the common denominator was peanuts. And he found in every jar of peanut butter, he found aspergillus, that's the mold. The mold was aspergillus. But what was even more toxic than the mold, aspergillus, was the mold waste, and that's aflatoxin. Aflatoxin causes liver cancer. You see, the children in the Philippines were dying of liver cancer, and it was in their peanut butter. You see, peanuts are not a nut, they're a legume, so they grow mold very easily. My husband is my biggest critique, and I'm glad, because if I can pass Michael, I'll pass anyone. He says, Barbara, if it doesn't make sense to a man, you've lost the men. That's what he says. He says, 1.5 million is a little bit over the top. I don't believe you. I said, check me out. He came back and said between 1.5 million and 5 million. I said, oh, thank you, Michael. Huh? This is big. Have you read in the Bible what the Bible says to do about mold? In the Old King James version of the Bible, it's called leprosy in the house, leprosy in the clothes, leprosy on the skin. It's the same Hebrew word. New International Version, it's mildew in the house, mildew on the clothes, infectious skin disease on the skin, but it's actually the same word. So what should it be correctly interpreted as? Mildew on the skin. And leprosy is a fungus infection. In fact, the Bible says you got to destroy that house. It says you got to burn those clothes, and you got to get the people away. Now, what we know now is the person can come away and just go on a diet to kill candida in the body.